So today I want to show you how to get this super glowy foundation routine. This is a foundation routine that is great for any time of the year, and it just really makes your skin glow from the inside out. We use things like eye brightener. We actually do blush and contour underneath the skin so that it kind of pokes through our foundation and just makes us glow. So if you want to look like you're either in a music video in real life, or you know how just like certain music videos and certain movies, models and actresses, they just glow. That is really something this foundation routine does. It is not a full coverage foundation routine, so if you do have acne or super dark pigment or vitiligo or skin conditions, you might want to use concealer underneath. I personally didn't. I find that letting a couple imperfections show through makes it look a little bit more natural because it doesn't look 100% flawless. You kind of see a little bit of imperfections, but people don't focus on them. They're just like, oh, she looks really good. But if you do have acne or if you do have other skin conditions, just kind of keep that in mind that this is not meant to be super full coverage. So I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I will show you how to get this glowing skin. So the first key to have really glowing skin is prep, and for me, just for this glowy routine, I usually do not use a primer. What I do is that I wash my face, and instead of applying a toner or a moisturizer or a serum or anything like that, I apply this. This is the Mercier Flawless Skin Perfecting Water Moisture Mist. And basically, as you can see, it's not exactly water. It's got like little beads in it. It is from the Dead Sea, or not from the Dead Sea. It's from really, really deep under the sea, and it's like water from where the little angler fish with their little doot-doot-doot-doos. You know what I'm talking about, with the little lights that like attract the little bacteria and they go and eat them with their big teeth. This is like water from where they live, or something to that effect. And it's actually really nice. It travels on your skin. It comes out as like a spray, and even if you don't spray your face completely, it kind of travels and smooths over the skin and gives it a really nice dewy finish, and it's a little bit very, very just moisturized. And having that base is a really great way to have great foundation. Now that being said, once it absorbs into your skin, because we're not applying a primer, this foundation routine does not last as long as others do, just because we don't have that primer. If you want, you can totally skip this and do a primer, but to really get that glowy look, this is what works best for my skin, and I absolutely love this stuff. So next it is time to go in with actual color. And I do this because I really want the color to glow through my skin. This is something I've been doing a little bit recently, and I find that it works really well. This is from Hourglass Cosmetics. It's called the Illume. This one happens to be in Sunset. It has a pink and a kind of, not tannish, but you know, kind of a dark brownish color for contour. And this is what I'm going to be using to actually contour my face before I put foundation on. And like I said in the beginning of the video, this is not a super full coverage foundation routine. If it was super full coverage, you would not be able to see this color through the foundation. But because we're not going super full coverage, this is just how I'm gonna apply it. So I'm taking a bit on my finger, and you just want to apply this to where you would normally apply contour. You can kind of blend in a little bit with your fingers. So now that I look like a crazy 4-year-old who just got into their mom's self-tanner, I'm also going to apply just a touch of blush. Now that we've done that, even before we go in with our foundation, we are going to use a sponge. And this is just going to help buff those lines out even before foundation goes on. Just because, as you can see, it's kind of a little bit harsher up here. So I'm just going to take this to kind of mix some of the colors into your natural skin and just kind of buff it in. Next, it is time to go in with foundation. Use a clean sponge and try to use some sort of illuminating foundation that's medium to full coverage. I'm using this one by Nars. This is the Sheer Glow foundation. I love this one. You can build the coverage. It's not a super full coverage foundation, and even though that's okay for acne, it's really great for glowy skin because you get that natural dewy moisture glow coming through. So because I don't have a pump on mine, I'm going to apply it directly to the sponge and then from here directly to the skin. And another tip here is to press into the skin. Don't swipe with your sponge, but press in kind of like you're dotting on, because that actually pushes the cosmetics a little bit deeper into the skin and deeper into the pores, which is great because you have a much more natural looking finish. And so I'm starting over the places that you know, I want it to be a little bit lighter or that need a little bit more coverage. Right here is where a natural highlight is on my face, so I'm starting here and I'm just going to buff out and then cover up some of this darker color. Now that I've placed the foundation, I'm going to take the sponge and just flip it over to a clean side and use this to start blending in. Again, you want to kind of pat, kind of go like this. So you're kind of pushing it into the skin, but at the same time taking a little bit of product off the skin as well so that it doesn't apply too much color. Next, it is time to go with just a touch of setting powder. We are very, very glowy and we don't want to be glowy to the point that it looks oily. So I'm using a Dermablend Professional setting powder. Use whatever setting powder you like. I like this one because it doesn't transfer. And I'm also just going to use a basic kabuki brush. And I'm only going to apply this in the areas that I naturally get oily. And just in general, you want to apply it right here to the T-zone where people normally get oily. You want to apply it right here to the peak of the nose, even a little bit here on the chin. Last but not least is highlighter. This is again from Dermablend. You can also use Benefit's High Beam. That's a really good one too. It's basically a liquid highlighter. So this one is the Quick Fix Illuminator. Mine is in light. Use whatever is best for your skin tone. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this out and streak it right down the center of my nose, right onto the high parts of my cheek, and right to my Cupid's bow. You can even apply a little bit to the under part of your eyebrows if you don't want to do a lot of highlighter when you're applying whatever eye look you decide on. Next, I'm just going to take my fingers and tap this in. So yeah guys, that is it for this glowy foundation routine. Again, as you can see, it looks glowy, it looks alive. We have a lot of variations of highlights and lowlights kind of coming through our skin. Overall, it's a great natural looking foundation routine if you really want to make a statement. After this, you can just put on your eye makeup and maybe a little bit of lipstick or lip gloss. Again, it's not super full coverage. If you do have acne, I'd recommend just kind of letting it go or maybe applying a little bit of concealer beforehand. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any other requests, please let me know. And I'm gonna go wipe this off my fingers and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.